Since you were last with us, our form has been somewhat inconsistent in the league, but today we have an FA Cup fourth qualifying round game and a game in the Vanarama National League against the league leaders. Welcome to episode 18. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have games against Weymouth in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round and Yeovil Town in the Vanarama National League. And so, as you'll see, Yeovil Town top of the league as it currently stands on 29 points. We are currently fifth on 23 points, 6 points behind them. So we have a 6-pointer game coming up, and we'll be seeing the Weymouth game here and then playing a couple of games off camera and coming back for the Yeovil Town game. As mentioned in the intro, somewhat inconsistent form since you were last with us. When we played Barrow and Darlington, 0-0 against Dagenham Redbridge, 2-0 against Harrogate Town, lost 1-0 against Torquay United, and a 4-0 win against Kidderminster Harriers. So with that, the current thing, if we'd had a little bit more form in the league, I'm sure we would have been up there knocking around at the top of the table. But we're not far off. We're not doing too badly. And we have that game against Yeovil coming up. We've brought one more player in since you were last with us. Now, another player on loan, Andy Kanga, who was with us last season. You'll probably remember him. 20-year-old. He is 2.5 stars current ability. Here we go. 2.5 stars current ability, 4 stars potential ability, and sits behind Tyler Morton and Vinny Steels on that right-hand side of midfield. So that is his position and what we're looking to do. I don't think there's anything else really to report. Financially wise, obviously having brought him in now, we have pushed up committee spending and also our spending, so we are even more technically in debt, but I think the board at the moment are quite happy. Yep, still on an A. A little bit concerned about the 1-0 defeat against Torquay and against Barrow, but I'm sure they'll get over it in due course. So through to our first game then of this episode, and it's against Weymouth in the FA Cup. And this is the team that we have selected for this game. We have dropped Kieran Slicker to the bench, just give him a little bit of a rest. He has played all the games so far, been playing absolutely splendidly as well. Gives Lewis Gray the opportunity to try and prove himself. He's been moaning and groaning in the background. So there he is sitting on in the goal for today's game. And then our back line of Payne, Ram, Gordon and Webb. Webb giving Egan Riley a little bit of a rest. And also the fact that he is on a yellow card away from suspension, so we don't want him to be missing for the next league game. So we've actually decided to put him there, albeit we may bring him on, get the yellow card, and get him back in for the Yeovil games, of course. And then in midfield we got Marriott at the base of defence. He's come back in just to give Goodridge a little bit of a rest, but also so that he can have a run out. And then across the rest of the midfield, Jackson, Hadzik, who has been playing absolutely splendidly in the under-18s, but also performing very well in training. So an opportunity for him to show what he can do here in the first team. And Tyler Morton out on the right-hand side with Danaher and Charman up front. And on the bench today we have Slicker, Egan Riley, Priestley, Steels, Reagan, Pinnington and Goodrich. So without any more to do, let's go through to the game and see what we can do against Weymouth. Weymouth currently in the Vanarama South Having been relegated last season, they were in the Vanarama National League. So today's game, I think, is go out there and carry straight on from where you finished last match, which I think is very true. 4-0 win. Definitely needs that that thing. We're going to give a couple of the players. So Hanzak and Marriott. I think it's a pressure's off today. I want you to go out there and play your natural game. Both of who seemed relaxed and motivated, so that's good. We're ready to go. Here we go. Playing it in our all-white kit. And Ben Jackson is injured. Right, 6 minutes into the game. Potential foot injury. We do have some injuries already. So this is going to cause us a bit of a problem because we haven't got a right-sided midfielder there. Sorry, a left-sided midfielder with a right-sided. Hanzak can't actually play there. It's not one of his positions. So we might have to just have a bit of a change here. And do this. Bring Pennington on for Jackson, who's injured. And maybe to move Tyler Morton up there as well. Hanzak, inverted winger on support. Let's try that. Okay, so not the best of things to happen right at the start of the game, of course. But with the depth of the squad easily remedied. 20 minutes in, we have a throw-in. Payne to Danaher. Danaher back to Payne. Payne with a cross in, and I think that was Charman with the header that went slightly wide there. Right, get creative is our usual shout around about now. And let's fire them up a little bit, but still nothing happening. Max Ram has picked up a yellow card. Danaher in, and Morton with the shot, saved by the goalkeeper, back out to Marriott. Marriott to Payne. Payne now looking around to see who he can pass to. Webb. Joshua Webb has got caught, and they have a counter-attack. Gray equal to it, and Gordon tidies up. Corner now. Marriott with the corner. Curls the ball in. Charman heads the ball back into the penalty area. Pennington now running and takes a shot. Not really a convincing shot at that. 3 minutes of injury time, and I think we're going through to a 0-0 at half time. We are. Slight edge on the game, albeit they've had 6 with 5 on target, so they're not we're not convincing. I think there's room for a little bit of extra performing one out there. Keep it up, result will come. Always things just haven't gone right for us. You're performing well out there. Keep it up. Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. Max Ram will tell him to ease off. And we've got a few players that are not performing well. So Josh Webb, Nico Gordon. In fact, most of the team not performing well. So let's give them a little. I might have to do this in a couple of batches, I think. Right, assertively, I'm not happy with performance so far today, which is stressed Adam Payne out. Joshua Webb. And Luke Charman. Select the players and assertively say, I'm looking for your performance so far today, which is up them. And finally, let's give Ibrahim Handich a little bit of a go out there and show everyone what you can do. Okay, so let's see if that can make a difference now. Not much difference, and struggling to get anything from this. Gordon heads the ball forward, and Pennington passes the ball to Charman, who has put it away off the post. 7th goal of the season, and finally we are 1-0 up. So it's Gordon, Danaher to Pennington. Pennington paced it into space, and with a little bit of help from the post, Charman tucks it away. Right, after this highlight, we will all beaten from defence. Luckily, Sadie put it wide. Right, just have a look and see. Handich still not having a good game. I think it's time for him to come off. But the problem we have is who can take his place based on the fact that we don't have anybody on that left side. Change him to an inside forward on attack and have a look, see who else needs. So Adam Payne is apprehensive. Tyler Morton. Let's just run the clock a little bit more, get nearer to that 70-minute mark. Nico Gordon has picked up another yellow card. Right. As has Ibrahim Handich. And so Joshua Webb is tired. We've already made one substitute, which means we have to be very careful what we do here. Tyler Morton is very tired, so we're going to swap him for Steels. And Joshua Webb is the next most tired, but then Adam Payne is also tired. That wasn't really helpful, the injury to Jackson early on. That has really caused us a problem. I think for the minute we're going to just do that because I don't want to pick up any more injuries if we can help it. Alright, let's confirm that, sorry. There we go. So Vinny Steele's on for Tyler Morton. Tell Nico Gordon to ease off tackles. And Steele's has been told off. They have a free kick in a dangerous position and have equalised. Which means it's a show some passion. Straight through Gray. I'm not sure Slicker would have that. Payne hands it back, and the pass was wayward. Webb back to the goalkeeper. Gray to Gordon. Gordon to Gray. Gray gets the ball forward. Pennington picks the ball up, but to no avail. We have a throw in here. I was just about to look at making another change. Webb throws it into Marriott, but he's beaten to the ball, and they have a breakaway. But Gordon's equal to it, but his header's wayward. And they have a counter-attack going on. Tackled by Payne. Couldn't cut out the second one, and I think that's hit the woodwork. Right. And now Hanzic looks like he's injured. So I think we may have to make that change, take Hanzic off and bring on Goodrich, I think. Let's move Pennington over. Bring Goodrich. Are we bring Goodrich on, or should we just go? Attacking midfield left, attacking midfield right, or central. Pennington, he can play in that slot, and we can then move Marriott to central midfield, and we'll bring Goodrich on as well. Steels. Okay, we're going to drop Steels back to here as a winger on support, and then what we'll do is bring Goodrich on and put him in there, and then central midfield on automatic. And we're going to have to go with that. We may even ease off, go to a positive, just to make sure. I think the best thing we can do is bring it back home and then beat them at home if we can. A 1-1 draw is what we've ended up with, not what I expected. Again, I think assertively, you're not good enough today. That was a sort of match we should have been winning, and most disappointing, I have to say. And Jackson's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks. And obviously now we have an extra game wedged in to the fixture list for that. So we will play this game off camera, and then we will still come back where we were expecting to come back for the Yeovil Town game, which is going to be a 6-pointer. And in the current climate, who knows what's going to happen? And through to the Yeovil game. Before we look at the team that we've selected for this game, though, let's have a look at how we've got on since you were with us. We managed to squeeze past Weymouth on penalties. 10-9 it ended up on penalties. Really did think that we were going to lose that game, but managed to squeeze by them 10-9 on penalties. Since then, we drew 0-0 with Wealdstone, and really the wheels have fallen off the cart, so to speak, after the 4-0 win against Kidderminster Harriers. We seem to have hit a bit of a rough patch, so it'll be interesting to see how we do against Yeovil in this game. So let's have a look at the team that we've selected. Slicker in goal. We have brought in another loanee, purely because we have a few injuries. Adam Payne has been injured in that left side, so really struggling. We've brought in Andy Kanga. I'm not sure whether we brought him in prior to the last game, but anyway, Andy Kanga's come in, and Charlie Winfield has come in from Barnsley. He is a left-sided fullback, and he's going to fill in for us in that defensive position for now. So Winfield in on the left. Olagunju is in for the still injured Max Ram. He's actually back from injury, but not fit to play. Gordon, Egan Riley, and Goodrich back in the base of midfield. Bassey, Pennington, and Morton in attack. In midfield, and in attack, Danaher and Charman, and on the bench, Gray, Payne, Priestley, Kanga, and Reagan. So let's see if we can improve. You will see from the game against Wealdstone, now, if we look at the stats, match stats, here we go, you'll see that we again did our usual 16 shots, 6 of which were on target, 61% possession, and we just didn't convert that into goals. So we've gone a bit goal shy, so to speak, at the moment. So all said and done, let's get on into this game. And Winfield will need a squad number. In fact, he's going to have number 43. So through to the dressing room. They were severely told off after the last game. A huge underdog, so there's no pressure on you to succeed. Go out there and show everyone what you've got. That's not really the answer. Charlie Winfield is okay with that. And so it is Yeovil Town against Bradford in this one. And somehow or other, we seem to have got the default kit back on for some reason or other. I'm not sure why that's happened. Anyway, Pennington has the ball in midfield here, looking for an outlet, and decides to have a shot, which is way off target in the end. And they have the ball, nearly tackled, but Ulagunju nearly played that right into the path of the oncoming player. Luckily, Slicker was equal to it. Ball headed clear by Egan Riley. And we need to be winning this ball back because they are dangerous. And Morton manages to block that one. It goes out for a corner. Yeovil have actually lost the game now. Egan Riley picking up a yellow card. We have a corner. Goodridge with the corner in and only just headed clear to Morton. Morton can't get it, gets blocked, and they are on the counter-attack. Arnold is through, and Kieran Slicker manages to save it. Goes for another corner and headed clear. This time I'm not sure if it was Goodridge or Charlie Winfield. Anyway, Danaher picks the ball up in midfield. Can he do something with this? Danaher inside to Pennington. Pennington out to Winfield, who's run up the outside. He's crossed the ball in, and Morton puts it away after a little flick from Luke Charman. Clearly didn't think he could get it away. Flicked it on, so Pennington out to Winfield here. Winfield gets the cross in, headed down by Charman. Charman to Morton. Morton buries it into the corner. His first goal of the season. And straight kickoff, which means that something's going to happen here. Goodridge picks it up in midfield to Morton, the goal scorer. Morton to Bassey. Bassey now on the wing. He's going to have a run. Can he get a cross in? Yes. Comes back to Egan Riley. Egan Riley to Goodridge. Goodridge trying to find Bassey again, but cut out by the defender. Winfield here gets the ball back in. Danaher blocked. Bassey heads it in, and Charman gets the 8th goal of the season. An assist there from Peter Bassey. Danaher not giving up on it, but Bassey heads it back in. Charman is free and pops it away. This is back to Bradford Park Avenue syndrome, which is a weird syndrome that we seem to have in as much as we can't play against sides, smaller sides, yet here we are playing top of the table. Charman now. Danaher loses out and they counter him, but it's picked up in defence. Slicker now. Slicker out to Winfield. Winfield with the ball across. Charman picks it up from a flick from Danaher. And Duffus. Duffus has a second attempt. And Kieran Slicker is equal to it, thankfully. And headed over the top. Sorry, yes, I was saying that we seem to struggle against the smaller sides, but then seem to manage to pull it together for the bigger sides, and Yeovil being one of them. Top of the table, Charlie Winfield now picked up a yellow card. So, better in possession, not so many shots, but we do have the same amount of shots on target. So, I think Pleased with your performance. Keep it going, lads. And we'll tell Riley and Winfield to be careful. Definitely don't want a sending off. And I don't think there's anybody else needs a bit of a trouble on. I think we'll just tell Bassi that we're pleased with how he's playing. Assertively, I'm happy with the performance so far tonight. That's giving him a bit of a boost. And we'll go with that for now. Here we go for the second half. Can we hang on to this lead? We have the first throw in. Winfield with the throw. Goodrich gets the header in. And, oh, blocked on the line. Morton tries to cross it in. Can't get it in. Second attempt. And they've cleared it. So, Ola Ganju, he's picked up things. So's Nico Gordon. Lots of yellow cards here. Going to need to be very, very careful. And we are in substitution territory. Peter Bassi is struggling there. The only problem, as is usual, we need to put an extra substitute on this side. Because once again, we haven't got, and this is not the game, to do a bit of a patch-up job, I don't think. Pennington can't play out there. Morton can play out there. That may be the option, is to move Morton over to this side and bring Andy Kanga on for there. And nobody really playing badly. It's more to do with Ian Riley is tiring, but then so is Nico Gordon. So there's no advantage there. Right, we'll leave it at that for a minute. Right, our defenders keep close. Right, we're going to go to a positive for the minute, and I'm going to give them a praise. Hopefully that's not a recipe for disaster. They're all fired up, and nearly 85 minutes. Let's make a final change or two. Pennington now, nobody's ready to come on for him. Right, I think we're going to take Danaher off, just give him a fresh pair of legs up front. And the only other option then we've got Winfield. He's struggling over there, as is Egan Riley. But we'll bring Adam Payne on for Winfield. Winfield done his job for the day, I think. And that's what we're going to go with. Morton now with the, and Charman only heads it into the hands of the goalkeeper. So they kick the ball out. The highlight's still continuing, which is a bit of a worry, but Winfield picks the ball up. He's fired the ball back into midfield here. They still have the highlight. And Winfield back tracking and blocked. Well blocked. I'm not quite sure who that was, but it was well blocked. And still the highlight continues. Arnold's got clear of the defence, but he's offside. And allows us to make the changes. And I think we're going to win this. A 2-0 win for our second game of the episode. And I think we can passionately say, click on the right one, Mark. People had us written off today. You proved them all wrong. Well done. Great result. No, that one. So that is a good end to the episode after a bit of an indifferent run. And we've knocked Yeovil Town off the top spot just out of interest. And moved up to A+ because they're thoroughly happy with that. I'm sure they are. Table-wise, we are 5th on 27 points. Fylde take over the top with 32. But we do have a game in hand over some of these players, not Solomon Moores, but if you look at these teams here, we've certainly got a game over Fylde, and if we can win that, we'll only be 2 points behind them. So it's looking promising. We're now 4 points clear of Northampton, who are in 8th. So at the moment, consolidate playoff positions, and then we can concentrate on maybe going for the top. So far, so good. Winfield makes his debut. Morton on form. He's going to get a pat on the head. Good for him. So that is today's episode. We will be coming back somewhere around the Fylde, Northampton Fylde Aldershot is looking like the games that we will come back for, and that will be in our next episode. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with future episodes. New episodes are currently released every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 4:15. Follow me on Twitter for all the updates on this channel and more. And thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next episode. Bye for now.